This Alright, so we're going to try this one more time and see if we have the mic back. Sounds like it. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to try this one more time and see if we have the mic back. Sounds like it. Let's see if we can mute it. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can mute it. So mic check, mic check, mic check. Let's see if we can mute it. So mic check, mic check, mic check. No, now they're blasted. Alright, so I gotta troubleshoot this real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's confirm that we've got the mic back. I think the problem was that, Okay, so let's confirm that we've got the mic back. I think the problem was that, Okay, let's confirm that it'll mute now. Alright, so away we go. Better late than never, right? So welcome aboard for another episode of My Gaming Diary. on the Rounding Off Infinity channel on YouTube or the Rounding Off Infinity page on Facebook, wherever you happen to be joining. If you're joining live, you're watching it on Facebook, and if you are watching the archive version of this, then you are watching it on YouTube. I'm probably going to futz around with the camera a little bit here just to try and get it situated a little better. Didn't really have time to pre-flight this particular positioning. Oh, no. No. No, tell me I have a cloud save of this. So I started my Far Cry 5 campaign on the Plaid Nabbit on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm now playing on the regular PlayStation 4. Man, if I'm completely starting this over, that's going to be an issue. It's going to be a long night. So once again, if you don't know the shtick, my name is Gascally Statements from GearWorks.com. What you see up over there in that corner? Am I pointing in the right direction? Probably not. Nope, I am not. It's over that way, I think.
Montana.
Wow, just how far... Yeah, I don't know. You'll figure it out.
People got a lot of names for it. I just call it home.
Alright. So,
Still amazed at how beautiful it is.
we have seen this.
How ugly the people were getting.
You don't understand. No one took these groups seriously.
They were different. Religious. Militant. It was a goddamn cult.
Collapse is upon us, my children.
They started buying up every farm for miles. Then the radio station. Not long after that, they even had the fucking cops.
Their own sovereign religious state. Built right here. Under our noses.
Ain't no one coming to help us.
Okay, now I thought, so I guess we're gonna, so there's no way for me to fast forward through this, so if you're joining in on the live stream, you're, I guess, and you haven't seen this game before, demonstrated or played, you're getting an opportunity to see it play through. It's a little aggravating. I apologize about the lighting too. I need to work on that on this particular setup. I thought that, because I had 4 portrait lights around, and I thought the problem was that this Q2N needs light coming into the lens rather than the subject lighted. And so I moved a portrait lamp back here, but I feel like it's not really helping.
Have no faith. But I will make them see.
Again, I'm trying to get some more light into the lens aperture. These Q2Ns seem to not have a lot of good low light performance. I'm hoping that my audio mix balance is okay.
Crossing over the henbane now.
Oh, fuck, there he is.
Crazy motherfucker.
I'm hoping that my audio mix balance is okay.
Country.
How much longer? Well, just long enough for you to change your mind. So we can turn this bird around. You want me to ignore a federal warrant?
We'll eventually get settled into this. I had this all set up and then I tore it down over the weekend a little bit.
He's not a man to be fucked with. We've had run-ins with him before. They haven't always...
Because I switched over to do some game captures on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So any of you guys who are happening to swing by the live stream, I don't usually ask for a lot of help, but I guess now these days I would appreciate it if maybe if it didn't trouble you too much, so maybe hit a like on the page. I guess Facebook tells me that I have to have a certain number of people who like the page to be considered worthy or something or other.
sense in our friend Mark.
So this may be one of those things where tonight is more of a pre-flight and a means of getting set up and staged and ready to go for Saturday's live streams. It's one thing I meant to add to my overlay and placemat here for the live stream, which I didn't do,
Project at Eden's Gate, PEG, Peggy's is what the local
which was to actually put a little graphic on the screen that shows what my regularly scheduled live stream times are. So normally I try and stream Tuesday nights at 10:45 p.m. Eastern. Got held up a little bit tonight because the Enough to Keep Going podcast ran a little long. That's our weekly gaming discussion podcast.
last chance, Marshal.
We do those two. We do the structure. We do those in as two different forms.
Set her down. Right, roger that.
And we rotate each week. So one week we will do a deep dive, which is a news-oriented show where we take some of the top news stories around the gaming industry and kind of try and pick out some themes or a theme that we see amongst them. And then we do talk about news, but again, it's also still a kind of a structured discussion rather than just a rundown of all the news headlines. And then the other week we do what we call the GX show, or the Gamer Experience show, where we talk about what we've been playing, our actual playlists. And then we also have a homework assignment that we do every 2 weeks.
You'll be in the church. Stick close. Eyes open. These folks can
So that hits the pause. Reload last checkpoint. Can you hit... You had options. Well, I typically don't elect to do cloud save, so it looks like that is biting me right in the tush. It doesn't look like there's a way to get to cloud saves, or that I did cloud saves. Can only reload the last checkpoint. Well, so we're going to be playing through the whole thing from the very beginning.
be calm. Stay calm, everyone.
So this is going to be a slow burn.
Doesn't concern you. Everything's fine outside.
So we may only stick to this for
Christ, you're wearing badges, aren't you?
Yeah, but they don't respect
an
badges.
hour and a half.
Respect a 9mm.
Not every problem can be solved with a bullet, Marshal.
So this time around, I've got a slightly better sense of the game mechanics, and there won't be as much learning curve as there was the first time going through this. But let's go ahead and start running down. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to pop a cold beverage. Play some birds. So another thing I need to do is put some more sounds on my soundboard here.
You got it?
Fine.
Hudson on the door.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought this was a little coffee thing.
Rookie, on me. And you, just
Actually, a bit more like a Red Bull.
not to do anything stupid.
Relax, Sheriff. You're about to get your
Oh no, Marshall. This is about to go all sorts of flipping sideways.
You'll be fine.
So let's go ahead and start running down the hardware that is in play tonight to render the live stream, as I am oft to do. So for a video capture device tonight, I am using the Blackmagic Web Presenter, which is a device that is used for video switching of 2 feeds. So it takes both an HDMI input, and it can also take an SDI input. And when I use it for video switching, in order to actually do switching of non-SDI sources, I also have a junction box that that can convert HDMI in to SDI. So I can actually put 2 HDMI inputs into the box and use it for switching. Now, during live streams, I obviously don't use it for switching. Although I guess I could. I would have to try and think about what that would look like and how I would use it.
Now, I want you to step forward and keep your hands where I can see them.
Locusts in our garden. See, they've come for me. They've come to take me away from you. They've come to destroy all that we've built.
Hold on. Do not touch that service weapon. Hold on and don't stand down. Stand down. Everyone calm down.
But the Blackmagic Web Presenter is really designed to take any HDMI input and then send it to a PC and make the PC look at it like a webcam. The interesting thing is, and this wasn't part of my plan, I didn't know this when I bought it, but when you think about it, gaming consoles are an HDMI input. You can make... therefore, make that look like a webcam to a PC, and so in OBS, it just becomes another video capture source. So,
And behold, it was a white horse. And hell followed with him.
Rookie, cuff this son of a bitch.
God will not let you.
and so that's what I use it for.
Rook, put the cuffs on him.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to walk away.
So right now I have the PlayStation 4 routed into there through HDMI using actually 28-foot HDMI cables, which is an awesome thing. Because it then allows me to put the Blackmagic Web Presenter or any video capture device right over next to the streaming PC, which helps so much. When I don't use those 28-foot cables, the other thing that I will use is I have 5-meter USB 3.0 cables, so that's the other way to go.
Stay on the path, rookie.
What is going on here? I lost... Ooh. I guess I temporarily lost chat for some reason. Oh! Oh, come on, seriously? So it's actually got to go through a reload. It's so horrible. I was temporarily distracted. Come on. Alright, so that's the Blackmagic Web Presenter. The only bad thing is the Blackmagic Web Presenter output, at least for streaming, is capped at 720p. Now, for Facebook, that's fine, because Facebook's max for live stream is 720p anyway. Now, what I haven't completely gathered is, so what I do these days is I live stream and I can currently make a recording of whatever I'm live streaming. When I look at the recording is 1080p, so I don't know if it's just 720p live streams, but then does 1080p when locally recording. I don't know if it's that smart. Now, my version of the web presenter, which if you're in the Facebook group, streamers and viewers, I have on the post announcing this live stream, I have a photo of it, so you can actually see the Blackmagic web presenter sitting just in front of the streaming PC. Oh. Oh. I didn't realize that that Peggy sacrificed himself and threw himself into the rotor. Of course, the first time I watched this, definitely a lot of details that I missed out on. So here we go. This is turning out to kind of be like a first boot episode. Now my only thing is, It takes a while to get really going here with this game. Maybe about an hour. Totally creepy. Alright, creep show. Let me go.
Please, are you there? Is somebody there? Please.
I told you that God wouldn't.
Please. I need to know what's going on.
Dispatch?
Oh my God.
Everything is just fine here. Don't need to call anyone.
Yes, Father. Praise be to you.
No one is coming to save you.
Hurry up. God has kept you under the shadow of his wings.
Great.
Everything is unfolding according to God's plan. I'm still here.
So yeah, so I think what I was saying is, it seems like on live streams it maxes out at 720p, but for local recording it records at 1080p. So I don't know what that's about.
We will
Whatever.
take what we need. We will preserve what we have. We will kill all those who stand in our way.
Now that may actually not have necessarily to do with the video source, since I actually just have that one video source as a subset within my overall scene in OBS.
Let them burn. That's God's will. This is their punishment.
Yeah, so the marshal took care of himself. Great, didn't check to make sure I was okay. No. Let's go. Yeah, I played this before, fools. You don't need to tell me to hit L3 to run. I'm a GTFO. No, I'm not getting a threat meter yet. I may play this a little differently, because last time I went over there into that valley. Can he slide? Yes, I can slide. Get up. That sounds like I'm partially out of the threat zone. Don't have my threat meter up yet. So now last time I went through a camp zone and then proceeded on to that little house over there. Ooh.
I think I lost him. I see a trailer nearby.
Meet the marshal at the trailer house.
I'm gonna try and get inside. If anyone's still out there, listen. If anyone's still alive.
Oh. Well, I'll be doggone. You have the binoculars right off the bat. Well, that would have been a nice thing to know. Yeah, I always find it interesting the things that you can actually do in a game that they don't tell you in these first opening stages. Which you don't necessarily get unless you... Sorry, just checking. There's some people who have commented on a couple posts about the live stream, so I just want to make sure. Going on, people asking about regularly scheduled Matrices for times and schedules. Alex responded. Okay. I can't tell. I think my wife is trying to tell me some things about the election. Alright, quick social media break. And then I will be right back at it. Actually, she's not telling me anything about the election. She's informing me that I can recycle my things at Staples. So, there's that. So you don't have the regular enemy meter coming up at this point. Now the other thing is... So when I... Oh. So when I got to here last time, I already had a weapon. Okay, can we just... Why is he swimming in water that I can clearly stand up in? What is that about? Come on, let's get going. So one thing I don't like about this game is there's no apparent way to climb and clamber up on top of stuff. Oh. Because you see, I rely on that enemy track pointing thing that comes up in the upper, across the upper tier. Oh, it is there. The cardinal directional indicator there is there on the HUD. Alright, well, hopefully there's some weapons in here. Calm the flip down.
Jesus Christ. Rook, I'm sorry. I thought they got you. Come on. Come on.
So I guess I will have 2 campaigns going on in this game. That might be interesting, because the way I'm playing, the other one is somewhat has some of the trappings of my first introduction to the game. And
Oh, Jesus.
it'll be interesting to see which branch and route I take. Now that I know a little more, or have made some decisions a little more about how to play it.
Putting his whole family away. All of them. Fucking lunatics. We're gonna get out of this, rookie. First things first.
One of the cool things about the Blackmagic Web Presenter is the version I bought. It has an edition called a Tyrannix front panel on it, which lets you see the live video right on the device, but then also gives you some controls for volume and
We're gonna come back here with a goddamn National Guard.
and video settings right on the front panel. So I use that much more so when podcasting. Oh, he did give me a weapon here. Yeah, it's going to be a little different this time, fellas, because now... The first time through here, I didn't know how to play. Now, I know how to play and blow things up. Now, what I'm still not going to do good at is... Nope, don't you rescue him. Don't you rescue him. Come on, come on, come on. What? Wait. What the McHale? Arm the weapon. What is going on? Because I was out of ammo? No. That was interesting. Cover you? Man, I don't even know how to get out of this house. What do we got here? Use a med kit. Use a med kit. Got in the truck this time. Last time. Yeah, this I'm not good at. Now, one thing I realized this weekend is, nope, don't shoot the deer. I realized I need to just fire more bullets. I get so ultra conservative about holding on to ammo that I don't want to lean out just yet. Use the med kit. Maybe shouldn't have been doing that while I was leaning out. Pick up the dynamite. Now the problem is yeah. Use a med kit. Yeah, that dynamite isn't all that effective to a truck that's trailing. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! Come on. Yeah, there's just some mechanics in this game that, I mean, they work, but... No! Just really hard to get this, Man, the marshal is off the chain. I see him. Oh, is that a... Use the med kit. Use the med kit. Oh. Now this is a thing. I'm pretty certain, like, there's no way for this not to happen in the game. It's heavily scripted. So for a webcam tonight, I am using the Zoom Q2N handy video recorder. Now, Zoom is a company that makes semi-pro video recorders for... Yeah, just give me a second. Oh, so I've been live for 48 minutes already. Unfortunately, like 30 minutes of that was troubleshooting.
We must give thanks to God. The day I have prophesied to you has arrived. Everything I told you has come true.
So yeah, the Zoom Q2N cameras are... Zoom is a company that makes... like I said, kind of semi-pro recording equipment, mainly for musicians. So they do a lot of recording devices, but they also do a couple of cameras. I think 3 models total. The Q2N is kind of like their, I don't want to call it low end, but it's their entry-level camera, which is, I think, a shade above other regular webcams like the Logitech series. They have really awesome microphones, so... I will use them more so when I'm doing like hardware reviews and tech walkthroughs.
You know what that shit means?
Now, I'm not using the microphone on the Q2N tonight. I'm just using it as a webcam. So it does have it takes an SD card for recording locally, but it also has a USB connection, and that's what's running over to the PC tonight.
Goddamn collapse.
For a microphone, I'm using a lapel mic. Lapel mics are awesome. Because I do hardware reviews of streaming equipment and studio equipment. I have a number of microphones that I utilize for the live streams, but if I had to only keep one mic or one kind of mic, I think it would definitely be lapel mics. They seem very simple. They're not all that sexy, but they do great audio quality for such a low expense. And for listening to the in-game audio tonight, what I'm doing is I'm coming out of the back of the Samsung 40-inch 4K TV with a media converter, which is a little box that is self-powered that takes the optical output from the TV and converts it to a 3.5mm or RCA signal. I'm coming out of the 3.5mm jack with a set of 3.5mm to RCA jack splitter cables. I plug that into my Behringer Xenix 302 USB hardware mixer. And then I set the dip switches to then send that audio over to the right-hand side headphone port. And plugged into that, I have my Plantronics Rig Flex headset. I'm not using the microphone on the headset tonight. I'm just using it as a pair of headphones. Now, unfortunately, this is just a necessary evil that I have to go to. Now you're going to do character customization. Yeah, go with the long hair. Hermit. White cargo pants. Blue sleeveless. Trucker cap. I'll just go with the brown gloves. Well, I guess I could go randomize. That's fine. Go ahead and confirm up. So like I said, if you are dropping by, if you are lurking, if you could do me a favor and hit the like for the page on your way out, just to help me out in my effort to convince Facebook that I'm worthy of continuing to do this shtick in an effort to bring gaming content to members of Facebook.
Anybody? I said this is... Hello? Come here, deputy. We need to talk. I didn't properly introduce myself back there. Most folks call me Dutch. I've been trying to piece together what's happening up top. It ain't good.
So,
Little I can gather.
I'm on a very small amount of sleep, so I'm going to try and keep this going for another hour.
Seems they've been split up.
See how far we get.
Off to a different member of Joseph's family. You want him back, I get it. I got friends that've been taken too. Problem is, there ain't no help coming. Nobody knows what's going on.
So in the world of comic books, if you haven't watched our weekly comic book reviews podcast, What's Your Issue, on the E2KG Network podcast channel on YouTube, you can go over there and check that out. So I generally pull anywhere from 4 to 12 comic books a week and read those. Write reviews on my blog, gearworks.com. Again, you can see the name for that in the upper right-hand corner.
I'll give you a call on your radio once you get your bearings.
And then my co-host, Stephen Laura, and I then do reviews of 6 of those comics. So I think what I need to do is, again, because these portrait lamps create such a backlight effect. What I have to do is I really have to brighten up any games that I'm playing. Yeah. I have to click into it first, I guess. Yeah, and again, like, the image was not barely visible when I went to that screen. Select reset all settings. Alright, let's back out. So, this game has been one of my absolute favorite games this year. Unfortunately, just the way I play and the way I generate my playlist. Oh. I've just not had occasion to come back to this. I played it for a chunk, really for a couple months, off and on, before God of War came out. And then it was off to God of War, and then since then it's been lots of other stuff. And I think the little bit of parlance that I missed was, what was quite frankly what door I'm supposed to go out. I'm completely disoriented now. Yeah, the collision point for the door is actually... Oh, well, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Now listen up. If you're gonna build a resistance, there's some things you need to know.
Now, I think in this opening of the game, it's all go fetch, so that Dutch is going to tell you specifically where to go.
People who might just fight alongside you if you help them. Second, you can destroy Eden's Gate property.
No, a big problem I had the first time I started this game up is I really didn't understand Ubisoft's design approach to designing these games, where there's just a ton of stuff to do, and if you try and set objectives, like in a specific sector, there's going to be tons of pickup missions and stuff in between you and that, and part of learning how to play this game is just learning how to stay focused and not get distracted by like every side mission between you and where you're trying to get to. Okay, liberate Dutch Island. I guess what I'm going to do is I'll head down this way.
Set up all over this island. I'll keep an eye out for anything useful. For now, head south and take out
Now I think... So one thing for me to understand is, are the green diamonds hostages? Journal, inventory, character customization. Fairly limited set of choices right now. They will open up. Ooh. Well, the first time I did this, what I did was I climbed all the way up to the little elevated cupola there.
They won't be long for this world.
I think what I'm going to do is approach this a little differently there. Alright. Oh yes, I will definitely be taking that.
You don't have to be a hero, but come on.
Throwable via the weapon wheel. Holding L1 and selecting it with R.
Saving my sorry ass.
First hostage freed. Oh, I didn't loot this body yet. And I do have a Molotov, so... Yeah, just hold on.
Come here a sec.
Where's the... Okay, there's the Molotov. Road explosive and...
Hey man, got a minute?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, dude, what's up? talk.
These loony fanatics
You
are
think?
out of control. If you want to protect yourself, I think there's a prepper stash near the boathouse. Should have some good gear squirreled away.
Oh, wow. A disappointing election result. Oh well. So this was a notion to build. What did he say?
That was too close.
That was to build a nicer facility here, which they elected not to do. That's unfortunately because I think there are some people here who well, they're not the most minded to do the things that facility would have provided. And I apologize for being so intense about checking social media, but like I said, I just made the announcements for the live stream, so I want to just make sure nobody's commenting there or something. Prepper stash. There's something down there. I don't know what that is. Johnson Lookout Tower. Fast travel is unavailable. I wonder if that's because I need to go there first. So let's get up there to make sure I don't have to... Maybe that I have to go there in order to enable fast travel. Wow, this thing is popping off. So, what everybody's pinging in about is, what is that climb? Climb what? Destroy the shrines. Oh, okay. Straight up onto the roof, eh? Or did we find a cult shrine? What was that? Yeah, no, again, like the first time I played this through, like I didn't understand like the binocular mechanic and all sorts of stuff, so it's definitely a much more pleasant read through this time. Like I said, for me personally, for comic books, I read anywhere from 4 to 12 a week. And what we do on the podcast is we... Hey, Henry. Oh, hey, Aaron. How are you doing? Very nice to see you. Right, we'll try and keep up with the chat. It's a little bit out of my line of sight this time. And the Facebook UI, it puts your chat comments up and they're transparent, so it's a little difficult to see it behind, with my background behind it. Hey, I hope you're hearing me. Can you give me a wave or a hug or a heart or something if you're hearing me, Aaron? Okay, great, thanks. So, Aaron, I have seen your announcements in the group. Okay, so part of the thing is I'm not paying attention to the audio cues that they're giving me, but what kind of games do you play? Are you a first-person shooter fan, or RPGs, or what? The cult shrine back there. So let's head down here and check out this stash. Zipline! Now, if I remember correctly, there is a dude way across the way. Nope, you idiot. Was that a rock? Please tell me that was a rock that I threw. If this was a rock, I won't feel that bad. I play Fallout mostly, and then Gears of War secondly mostly. So you play Gears on Xbox or on PC? So I'm looking for my binos. Yeah, so I really enjoy Far Cry 5. I have not been a huge fan of the Far Cry series before this one. And Far Cry 3 I felt like was a lot of go fetch, which I am not a huge fan of. Yep, there's your boy. So I just need to make sure that I stay out of his line of sight, which I don't think becomes an issue unless you get right down on the dock. But this stash thing, I think this is a bit of a puzzle that I have to figure out. Yeah, no, yes, yeah, I definitely know Gears is exclusive, but with Gears 4, it was available on PC also. So when I bought it, I bought the digital version, which gave me access to it on both Xbox One and PC. So that's why I wanted to know which platform you played it on. Pipe burst and flooded everything. Run the pump to drain the water. Yeah, I know Dutch. Now, okay. Good, he's got a flashlight. I really like the blur effect here as well. So I don't need to picked up shovels. I mean, or arrows rather. Yeah, let's get out. Let's get out. Let's get out. Come on, come on, come on. Oh yes, when Epic Games sold Gears to the Coalition, I guess it's no longer exclusive, but Xbox is. Well, no, it's still exclusive. Right, so it's a Microsoft Game Studios published game, so it's still exclusive to Microsoft platforms. Typically, when console games are have console exclusives, that does not. They can still be released on PC, usually under the contracting agreements of the exclusivity license. And since Microsoft owns both the Windows operating system and Xbox. Generally, those games have been getting released on both PC and Xbox this generation, in particular because the architectures are the same. So, like Forza Horizon 4, same thing. So when I bought Forza Horizon 3 and not Forza Horizon 7, not Forza 7, Motorsport 7. So Forza Horizon 3 and 4, when I bought those, I got access to both the PC version and the Xbox version because so one thing that sometimes everybody doesn't realize is that now to get them on PC you have to buy the digital version to obtain both of those licenses. If you buy the physical version on the disc, then that only gives you access to the Xbox version. Now, when I started this campaign before on my PlayStation 4 Pro, there was one point, I don't think it's the first time you go by, but one time I came by here and you Where does that zip line go? Oh, there's a loot box. It was the first time I encountered someone and I could hear them, but I could not find them. And I survived that encounter, but she almost got the drop on me. It was very unpleasant. Like I said, I want to keep low over here, because dude across the way could potentially peep you. Oh, another loot box. Okay, now it's starting to come back to me. I think what you do is you swim around under here, and then I believe you will find the key somewhere inside here. Shut down the power. Find the key. Unlock the door. Wait, I did unlock the door, right? Okay. Yeah, I forgot he auto... Once the doors are unlocked, you auto-open them as the mechanic in this game, so... And again, I'm going to avoid... since I'm starting this campaign for the second time, and I've played through it a bit on the PlayStation 4 Pro before, I'm going to avoid what I did that first time playing through, which is, like, grab every single melee weapon I ever came across, because that's unnecessary. Now... What I need to do is I need to get back up here. Where was the trap door down into the thing? Down here? So I think now I can drain the water. And I can just go down here and search at my leisure without worrying about drowning myself. Right? It is draining out. This is, I'm bad, since I got out of the military. I used to, like, know all these weapons, because I used to be, you know, be all into weapons and ships and aircraft. I do not know what this is. It is not a shotgun, though. I don't think it's a shotgun. It's some type of semi-automatic weapon. Some type of assault rifle, I believe. Now, there may not actually be too much more down here for me to find. So one thing, Aaron, I am not a fan of, and I want to get your opinion of, is I am not a super huge fan of platforming and puzzles in first-person shooters. But you said you play... Let me go back up here in the chat a little bit. So you said you play Fallout and Gears... So you've got to be a fan of puzzles. Do you play Tomb Raider at all? Let's see, find the next thing on the island to do. So I've knocked that out. Why? Let's go to the boathouse, because I don't know why fast travel is not available. And I don't know if it's a thing where I just got to go in and, like, give this area a high five or something to enable fast travel. Or maybe fast travel is just not enabled at this point in the game. Don't think that there's anything that I can do or should do or need to do. Alright, so I think what I gotta do is go back and hit this cult shrine. Now what I'm gonna do first... Don't play Tomb Raider. Yeah, I still have the first one for Xbox One, the reboot, remake or whatever, and why? What is that? What is it trying to tell me? Yeah, but I've already did that, haven't I? Find a way to access the bunker. I mean, I went down in there. I grabbed everything that I saw. I don't know why that thing is still active. There's a bunch of melee weapons in here. I don't want those. I don't need them. I already have 2. Inside the search zone. Yeah, I have the first one, and I actually recently bought the third one. No. Cash. Why would you not grab the cash? So I think now I've gotten everything out of there. One of the things that I don't like in this game, I play many game types with Puzzle Quest, and I love that. I enjoy most games with a puzzle aspect. That's why I enjoy Lego games. LOL, they have a lot of puzzles involved. Yeah, I have not played a Lego game. Alright, so let's go to this cult shrine. I think I have finished this thing. I feel this is bugging me because I feel like it's listing itself as incomplete. So I don't know if there's something down here that I was supposed to find that I haven't found. It would seem that that icon would change color. And I'm wondering, am I missing something? So I completely bypassed the money. It's not the shovels and crap. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, but it is still... So I drained it. So this is one of those things that's frustrating when it's very late at night. This is what I mean, Aaron, puzzles. Because my addled brain does not do well with puzzles when it is very late at night and I am on very little sleep. Alright, so I'm going to go head over and take out the shrine. That's obviously more exciting anyway. And just hope that... Let me check out my journal. It just has the resistance, build up resistance, everything, blah, 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 blah. Is it saying... I mean, even if I don't complete it, right? That's not... Side missions. To find money and more. Go to the world map. So it is not counting that as complete, and that is bugging the heck out of me. Okay, that thing shouldn't be necessary. Eventually you'll reach a point where you must complete something to move forward. No, you're right. Well, I'm trying to remember what you absolutely have to do to... So, right, so the stage you're trying to get to, or we're trying to get to in this game at this point is... the only area that's unlocked right now is Duchess Island, and then once you liberate it, then you get access. Whoa. Now, let's see. Now, I will say... So I have arrows. I haven't found the bow yet. I believe when I played this through... Initially, when I say play through, I just mean that I've played through, I don't know, like 8 hours of Far Cry 5 on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I had the bow by the time I got to this point. Now, this is the first encounter that kind of signifies my favorite aspect of this game. Let's see... So there are grenades, dynamite. I do have a dynamite stick, actually. Throwing knife. Nope, none of that. I do have a Molotov. Bolted pipe, fists. Pipe versus a bolted pipe. Not sure what the damage difference is between those two. What is that? Oh, nice. Okay, you can change your... I didn't realize you could change your rate of fire in that menu. So, if I arm the Molotov, I think that's what I'll throw if I hit the R1 button. But my favorite aspect of this game are these sequences where I've now snuck up on an encampment, and what I get to do... So these are the kind of puzzles that I enjoy, Aaron, is I don't enjoy the, like... find the flippin' lever and turn the table over and find the 5 of hearts or whatever to hold it up to the sun. Like, I don't have time for that. What I do like, however, are tactical puzzles. And so I do like, walking up on a camp and making a tactical decision about how do I engage the camp and then run away and slide hull down so I can't be seen, and then reposition so that when these fools come looking for me, I am not where they thought I was. Now, the other thing is I'm going to hold on to my explosives. Oh, there's a zip line that comes right down to the camp. Like I said, when I came here the first time... Ooh. They sound way closer. Oh, there we go. And like I said, playing this over the weekend, I realized that what I need to do... One of the things I need to do is... So that's somebody on my right. Blast it. Oh, got him. Okay. That was actually a mistake, because when I fired on him, he had a little cover. Why is she not coming up on my enemy radar? Oh, she's a... Oh, you... Fire more rounds. Fire more rounds. Why am I... Use the med kit. Okay. I was going off memory that there were 3 tangos in this area. It felt like when I ran up on her there, I was a little bit concerned that there was a 4th, because I didn't see her shooting at me. Yeah, that was not as smoothly executed as I would have preferred. The first time, like I said, I had the arrow, and I went around that side by the lake, and I took one guy out with the arrow. I think I took 2 people out with an arrow, and then that left me the 3rd, and then I went hard kill on the 3rd one. And stupidly, I missed talking. I missed one of the other key elements of this game, which is, whoa. No. That's the dude way across the way. He's not even on the island. Now I've got myself all bamboozled. So there's the shrine. What I didn't do... Okay, so her body is somewhere in this vicinity. Okay, here we go. Well, at least I found the ammo that she dropped. Oh. Very small strike area for... Oh. There we go. But yeah, what I was saying there is those are the puzzles I like, and actually why I really enjoy. Now, where did this guy... Where was he when I shot him? He was in the direction of the shrine. He should have been somewhere over here. I enjoyed the tactical puzzles, the ability to kind of walk up on it. Kind of like you used to be able to do in Rainbow Six way back in the day. Before Rainbow Six went to consoles. On PC, on Rainbow Six, you used to be able to go in and do mission planning and pick where your teams were going to go in and where they were going to flashbang and the routes they were going to take and their weapon loadouts and all that kind of stuff. And you could... that's that bliss mess. The drug or whatever that they use to keep certain members of the cult docile. Alright, so I don't know where the one dude was. The one lady I killed. So she dropped her ammo here. I don't see her body. I'm not going to get wrapped around the axle about it because I only got about 25 more minutes to play this before I gotta hit the pit. So, oh, that's right. I do remember. There's nothing to unlock here. No door to figure out, no puzzle. It's just you need to blow this thing up. And it actually blows up most easily with an explosive, which is why I was remembering to hold on to my explosives. Oh, that's going to go up spectacularly. Oh, if you don't... Okay. I was about... I had half a thought that thing was not going to explode. I was going to be really angry.
down by the docks. You help him out, and maybe he'd be willing to pick up a gun.
Okay, now, I will say, despite the fact that this is going to be an alternative run-through for me, I am still not going to employ henchmen. Partners. Mercenary, whatever you call them in this game. Because they are too good. When I have employed, like this dude, I hired him right off the bat in like every encounter that I had. Oh, so this is the time I came over here, and there was a person here that I could hear them, but I could not see them. Let's hit the bush here and go in undercover. Pop the binos. I just heard one of my PCs go off with some type of notification, so I don't know what that was about. So it's very interesting when I consider like the DNA and the lineage of this game, and that they still have the bino mechanic from the original Far Cry, which was a game developed by Crytek under a publishing agreement with, I thought it was EA, but I guess it must have been, I forget how it went down. I guess it must have been Ubisoft. And then when the two split, now this was the thing, so the dude is beating him up, but the girl, you can hear, she's the one who's actually dangerous, because if you, so somewhere over to my left is where the positional audio sounds like it's coming from. Now, where I found her last time, or wound up killing her, was somewhere on this little rock. But yeah, then when Ubisoft and Crytek split, Ubisoft got to keep the Far Cry name. Crytek got to keep the Cry engine. She is around here somewhere. Alright. Like I said, the first time through this, she got the drop on me, or almost the drop on me.
I guess this is what the project needs.
One shot him? Oh, there she is. Yes. Fire more bullets. Fire more bullets. Stop being so stingy with your ammo. So much to learn from. I love your knowledge of behind the scenes. So much to learn from. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. I've unfortunately been tracking that stuff for a very long time. I am. But thank you, though, by the way. Sorry. Ubisoft kept Halo, though, LOL. Let me see if I get this right. So Halo was Bungie, and they were an independent studio, and then were bought by Microsoft. So Microsoft actually has the Halo license, and Halo is exclusive to Xbox and PC. And then Bungie eventually, I don't know what their arrangement was. I guess there must have been some clause when Microsoft purchased them and brought them in as an in-house studio, that was for a limited amount of time, because they were able to then depart Microsoft very amicably with no argument. So it must have been, I'm pretty certain it was a condition of the original contract that they were brought in-house as a first-party studio for a limited amount of time. And so Microsoft still has that license, and Halo is now done by, I think they're called, I forget, 323 Studios, I think, is what they're called. And Bungie is still independent, although obviously they produce Destiny under a publishing agreement with Activision. So yeah, let's check the map. I think what I'm supposed to do now. No. Are they going to force you to hire? Yeah, this is so they're going to force you to hire him, which I really don't want to do. Because like I said, my first playthrough, this dude just like did everything and like really that did damage leaping off that little thing. Fine, I'll hire him. I really don't like being handcuffed like that. Did Ubisoft get a hand on Halo? No. Actually, Halo was originally under development for Apple. Was the original intent, but Apple didn't have Bungie locked up under an exclusivity agreement. So Microsoft swooped in and bought them and brought them in house as a first party studio. Weren't you in Live or Regret stream one day? Yes. Yeah. I did jump into the stream, so So I don't even know how you. So Aaron somehow knows everybody who's in the live stream. I do not know. I don't know how to tell who's in here. Except now I do see Ashley. Oh, so I was reading all the comments, but not reading who said it. So Ashley is in the live stream as well. Hey Ashley, how are you? But yes, I was in Liver Regrets live stream yesterday. So what I'm trying to do now is like every 4 to 6 weeks, I'm taking a I don't know what you want to call it. I call it a studio day, but it's basically a day I take off work and just spend exclusively in the workshop here, live streaming or doing video editing or whatever, trying to take over the world, doing my Pinky and the Brain stick. He's very active in our group, and he has been in Live or Regret stream before. Thank you, Aaron, for recognizing that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been doing a ton of, I guess, tech support, I would say, which is what my shirt actually says today. And I also had the bow and arrow when I came down and did this, too. So what I want to figure out is what do I have armed for a thrown weapon? I have no Molotov cocktails now. Oh, what is that? Proximity explosive. That's not going to be effective from range, though, obviously. I do have a stick of dynamite. Yep, so I can't craft. No. Alright. So what I want to check and see, glad nabbit. How do you get the not enough components? Nope, come on. So I can't craft that. Nope, not enough for that. Or that. Or that. So what I do want to do is I'm going to arm the stick of dynamite. Now, if I understand the game mechanics correctly, that sticko dynamite oughta... No, I don't want to use a zip line. Yeah, there we go. Blow some stuff up! Fire in the hole! That's some raucous fun right there. Now my boy. Fire. That got him. Now what I want is use a pistol. Oh no! Why did you rearm? Get the use the med kit. Why in the world did he have one bullet in his pistol when he rolled up on that guy? Now see, this is why I don't hire any of the yeah, and this game is hella fun. When you get one of these tactical engagements down on a camp, it is one of the most rewarding feelings in gaming that I personally enjoy.
Check around and see if any
Order your gun for hire to follow you. Fine.
Making a move. I'm ready.
It won't be me.
Now again, the first... oh wait, did I even read that? Reaping has begun, blah blah blah, once it is built, blah blah blah. So this first... like I said, I got about 15 more minutes that I can play before I gotta get some sleep. Come on, what even is that, fasteners? This first hour to 2 hours or so is all a lot of go fetch, so I see the little excite thing. Oh, it's a hostage. I wonder if he was like, dude,
I'm going out with dignity.
pick me up. You're just walking around in here.
Seriously.
Do I want to talk? Sure.
The cult's been creeping around the island for weeks.
So, but yeah, most of what I've been talking about in the group is tech stuff, trying to answer as many questions as I can that people have about how to set up their streams, how to live stream, how to, get, what are the specs for configuring the Oh, that's an electrical panel. I thought that was a boat. Loot crates down here. Handgun ammo. Oh, 3 loot crates. Now, you, so, do you get any... So I've never been wrapped around the axle about blowing up these little druggy crates of bliss. Loot this dude. Now, did Dutch give me an assignment? I know he was talking a bunch of yin-yang. So now, if you don't mind me asking, Aaron and Ashley, what made you choose Facebook as your streaming platform? So I don't really have a particular streaming platform. What I really did was what I elected to do. So there's a cult shrine here and a ranger station. I guess we'll go do the cult shrine. Now, I think I've got to schlep this gun for hire along with me, so I guess he's just going to kind of do all the work. Where are you, dude? Okay. So my main shtick is what I do is I review all of the hardware that is useful to people for doing live streams and or game captures, but predominantly live streams. So game capture cards, or video capture cards, all sorts of webcams, cameras, microphones, headphones, headsets. I also do like some generic gaming gear, like gaming keyboards and mice. But really, what I've been focusing on the last couple years or so is specifically targeting streaming equipment because it's not being done right. And like one of my frustrations is with like the mainstream tech and gaming media. I will frequently see even Games Radar, right? So they have an article that they periodically refresh that it's like top 10 game capture cards that you can buy, and I'm like, one of the recent updates, they don't have all of the game capture cards there. The game capture cards they have are out of date. They don't have new ones that have released, and they don't include all the caveats with how the cards work. And I pointed that out to the author on Twitter, and I was polite about it, and he said that he would update it, but like last time I checked, it had yet to be updated. So anyway, I feel like it's a thing that's not being done, and I feel like streamers unfortunately just don't know. They don't, in a lot of cases, people don't know like the different pieces of equipment that are out there that can help you boost the quality of your live stream. And sometimes I get like out and out frustrated because I see streamers who have like a big following. Like, they have a lot of followers, and their video quality and audio quality on their streams just aren't great, and they could be easily improved with some inexpensive pieces of gear, or just a configuration setting in OBS. And like I said, they just don't know, and they don't know because somebody hasn't written the article or made the content to inform them. So that's a lot of what I try to do. So when it comes to my streaming platform, so like I said, it started off mainly as reviewing hardware, but I then expanded it into also reviewing software once I got into OBS, which is a monster of an application with like 59 different levels of configuration settings in it. But I then expanded it. So I then expanded it from hardware to software, and now also to services. So one of my things is, I believe, and this has been my approach to tech blogging for a very long time, is I firmly don't believe that you can be a good reviewer or something, or a subject matter expert on something if you only use one thing. So, if you only use one capture card, or you only stream directly from your PS4, like, you're really not, you can't amass a knowledge of how things work because you don't have anything to compare it to. I really need to get out of this guy's line of sight. And that has been my approach on services as well. Somebody who only streams to Twitch only knows Twitch, and they really can't offer advice to people as far as, why would you stream on Twitch instead of Mixer or Twitter or Facebook? So unfortunately for me, as far as followers and making a community, okay, thanks, Aaron. She says, wow, I'm impressed. What I do basically is once a month, I randomly select one of the 5 primary streaming platforms that I refer to it as pack up my streaming Winnebago, and that's where I'm going to park it. October and November have been a little different, strange, in that I elected to, I came to Facebook in 2 for 2. I came to Facebook, and I mean, I'd streamed to all these platforms before. I used to rotate more frequently. Just recently, I settled on I'm gonna stay on one for a month because I need more reps over a longer period of time. Come on, get the reload down. Stay down, meat. And I think that's going to be it for this little island, and then I got to figure out how to blow this thing up. So one of the unusual twists is, so I came to Facebook to stream for a month in October, and then I elected to remain here for November. And then sometime once we get into like the 3rd week of November, I'll decide, where I'm going to stream next. The unfortunate result of that is that means that I tend to not have a lot of followers because, most followers aren't going to follow you around from platform to platform. And then I feel bad sometimes because I'll periodically live stream to Twitch like at random, and then somebody will follow the channel, and I'm like, I don't know how to tell them that I'm not going to be back there for like a few weeks, or who knows when. So Facebook has been one of the more interesting experiments because they're just different in terms of what they're doing to set up to support streamers and gamers. And it's interesting because they were a social platform first, right? So they kind of have more. You guys talk in the group a lot about networking, and I feel like Facebook is kind of more natively and organically oriented to support the notion of networking. Well, for instance, I mean, you guys did it, right? I'm pointing to my iPad as if you're physically on the iPad. So, but you guys did it because you set up a group, right? Which Twitch and Mixer don't really have the notion of. You can do stream teams on those platforms, but they're not really oriented around doing what you guys have done with streamers and viewers of setting up a place for like 1,300 people to congregate and collaborate and network around. It's starkly different in terms of what Facebook is doing or has done. So that makes it kind of interesting. So I've really enjoyed actually streaming here for the last month, going into my second month now. Now one of the things I don't like in this game is like, so when you come like, yeah, so why did I have to arm the binoculars to get them to pip red, right? Oh, thanks, Aaron. Yes, you're so right. So, but again, I feel like those are the kind of nuances and things you don't pick up on without kind of doing that, rotating to all those services. So, again, you know, part of my shtick is trying to be able to tell and explain to people, well, why would you pick a given platform? But again, then the price I pay is not having a lot of followers or a single dedicated community. Wow. Well, I tell you, what platform have you gotten the most feedback or attention on? You're so right. It's an awesome group. What platform have you gotten the most feedback or attention on? Quite honestly, Facebook. That signal is a little skewed though, because again, Facebook is natively a social media platform first, right? And now a streaming platform or gamer support platform. So really, I've gotten larger feedback on Facebook primarily because of you guys, right? Because this has been, being part of Streamers Viewers is the first opportunity I've had to be a part of a large demographic and sample population that is specifically tuned to consume the type of, I don't want to say expertise, type of knowledge that I've acquired. So, it's just different, and again, I guess I've benefited from the exposure and just having a lot of people to talk to who are all interested in this type of content. And by content, I mean like the technical knowledge of the different things that you can do and use for live streaming. Like I write about this stuff and I put stuff on Twitter, and it periodically gets some uptake, but none of those places really have the notion of the group, where again it's a landing page and a specific presence on the web where that type of content can be aggregated. So Aaron says, I admire that you're seeking much deeper than a following number, but what works best for you first and foremost. Yeah, I don't want to besmirch anybody who is, interested in gaining like a large following and is focused on followers and subs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I get and I understand that that's what a lot of people want to gain, activate the antenna on the tower. So if heights make you queasy, this would be a good point to maybe just watch the chat and not the game. So Aaron says, yes, the technical side, what works best for you technically also coincides with the best content for your viewers as well. Well, yeah, I mean, and like I said, I wish more people would pay attention to it. Like I said, I get and that's why a bit of my OCD, right? I get frustrated when like I said, I see people putting so much effort into like their community and their stream and their group, and I'm like, so this is a bit of a, well, it won't be a secret once I say it, but I'll say it like, and I get it, but like one of my big things in the group, for instance, is people come through and they ask for recommendations and they ask for advice and tips. One of my big things, and it's a big thing because it's the way that I blog too, and it's a difference I have with the way the mainstream media approaches it. When you recommend something to somebody, I feel like you should tell them both the pros and the cons, right? recommend something to somebody and just tell them why you recommend it. Also tell them the downsides of it. And so I don't want to say it's differences I have with people, but okay, so they forcibly want you to zoom out. But a lot of people, a typical question that gets asked in the group is, do I need a capture card? And I will normally say, yes, you should get a capture card, right? Because hardware is more reliable and has higher graphic fidelity and is better than software-based streaming only. Some people will say, I don't bother with a capture card, or you don't need to bother with a capture card. And I'm like, but you need to explain to people what the downside of that is. And the downside is if you're on PlayStation 4, you're on Xbox, and you stream natively with those apps, and you don't use a capture card, yes, it's completely feasible for you to do that. But your stream is capped at 720p, you're capped at 30 frames per second, and you have no control over the bit rate. Now, if you don't care what the graphic quality is of your live stream, or your recording, if you also record locally and post to YouTube, then that's fine, but I feel like that's something you should explain to people. Like, when a streamer is brand new and they ask that question, like, I just feel like it's not... we're not giving them a complete answer if we say, you can stream directly from your PlayStation 4 end statement, right? If you don't say, you can stream directly from your PlayStation 4, and these are all your limitations, I feel like people need to be armed with that knowledge. So I guess, from a live stream, tech, all that stuff that I've done in the past and all those things that I continue to do on my blog, it's always been around arming everybody with the complete set of knowledge. Now, what that winds up, unfortunately, sometimes being is it gets very verbose and a little TLDR. But like I said, I'd rather arm everybody with all the knowledge. And, people could choose to listen to it or view it or watch it or whatever or not, and that's on them. But, like I said, I feel it's a little disingenuous to give people half answers. So this thing is not clearing. So, let's see. Well, I should really be going to bed, but I'm going to go ahead and keep going here for a little tiny bit. At least find, like, maybe one or two other things to do. So let's zoom the camera back out. So I think what I want to do today is I want to work the southwestern region. So, so the key thing for me in this game has been making a decision about what to do and not getting distracted. So I'm going to head for Ray Ray's pumpkin farm, because this will give me the dog as my first companion. But and on top of all, in addition to all that, let me say, Aaron and Ashley and anybody else who has dropped by the stream, I really appreciate you guys swinging by and chatting. It's definitely kept me more occupied than I normally am doing my monologue, so I very much appreciate it. Now, Aaron, when does Fallout 76 drop? That's a November release, right? Alright, so I'm going to be proceeding on foot. My favorite thing in this game to do is to grab planes and helicopters. Oh, zipline. So am I trapped up here? I think I'm trapped up here until... Yeah, because it's got to load something. November 14th. Yeah, I think that's on my target list as well. I think my next gaming pickup is going to be like the third week of November. And I'm expecting that the reviews for Fallout 76 will be solid enough to warrant me picking that up. Now, I'm a little worried because I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2, and I have bounced off that game hard. Like a freaking racquetball off a wall.
Oh shit. Deputy, I'm picking up something new out of Holland Valley.
Hour only. November 8th is our last and only beta. Okay.
We are all sinners.
Yeah. So I mean, what have you picked up on out of playing the beta? Anything in particular? I mean, did you play Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and are there any particular differences? I mean, I know the multiplayer is in there, but maybe specifically from a single-player perspective, is there anything that starkly stands out as a change in the design philosophy of how they're approaching Fallout 76?
What if I told you that everything could be overcome if you embraced an idea? That freedom from sin can come from the power of just one word.
I got a little more energy drink left. So I think this is the first point in the game where you get indication that the members of your squad who were in the helo crash actually survived and are still alive.
Redeemed. If you're watching this, know that you have been selected. You will be cleansed. You will confess your sins, and you will be offered atonement. Don't worry. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how horror games, and like I played through Outlast. It was not a very pleasant experience. Not something that I want to repeat. But I tell you, these guys are creepy AF as well. And I'm hard pressed. At least the psychos in Outlast, like, you know exactly what they are and what you get with them. Yeah. Dutch, like, seriously, I really need you to stop yapping at me. You are verbose as all hell. I got it. I get it. There's a map. There are different sections of the map to go do stuff. Okay, so that's Ray Ray's farm over there. Let's pull up the binos. Need to use those more. Like I said, one of the things that I really like is that so this binocular mechanic has been in since the very first Far Cry. With Agent Jack Carver, former member of the CIA. Bad guys. Huh. That's a silo. Is the Garden View Orchards. Hold on, is the pumpkin farm right there? No. That's, yeah, okay. Wait, can I fast travel to the... How am I able to fast travel to the garden orchards when I've never, like... Isn't oh, airplane. Time to go get the plane. What is that? There's a prisoner van there. I don't have... yeah, I can't be bothered with that. There's another boat back there. In fact, I don't know... Why would you mark the... Come on. Mark the waypoint. Mark the waypoint over here. I don't actually know that I have ever gotten an airplane in this game. So Aaron says, I've played all Fallouts for over 10 years. It's a gigantic adjustment to be forced to play PvP and also an MMO at the same time. Yep, that's going to kind of feel like Destiny, I wonder. At the same time, but anyone who is diehard for the root gameplay of Fallout can learn to love the 76 gameplay. PvP and survival, but an adjustment that's fun to learn and grow with. Very cool. So, Ashley, are you still around? I haven't asked you a lot of questions. So, Ashley, if you're still here, what kind of games do you play? So I'm trying to get to know all of you guys in the group better. Uh-huh. Oh, wait, is he drowning that dude? Oh, hell nah. Let's go be a hero. Come on, get on the boat. Get on the boat. Oh, is he a cult VIP? Okay, so what I don't know is how... Now, magically, I'm in John C's region. Get out of the boat. He's a VIP. Kill the VIP. There. Hostage, get your head down. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, what is that? Well, this is what I don't do well. When I start getting awed up and my health gets low, I do a very bad job of not getting to cover and figuring this out. So another thing is I haven't... Okay, so you do fully recover health. I don't know. Whoa, what was that? Was that a shoddy? Not the best. New cult structure revealed. That's got to be Ray Ray's pumpkin farm. Not the best at then figuring out where the enemies are. Got him. I'm telling you, man, firing more bullets works better. You gotta get that through my head. Actually, still here. I play mostly the Call of Duty series. Also excited for the new Spyro game coming out next week. Yeah, I do remember you mentioning that. Now, is Spyro coming to all platforms, or is that only coming to Switch? That's not a bad guy. Oh, that was a woman they were drowning? It's not even right.
Thank you. When stuff gets tough, I usually go for a drive. Can't even do that with Eden's Gate around.
No problem. Now, is this the dude? I don't think that was her, that they were actually drowning. Maybe they were drowning both of them. Merle. PS4 and Xbox One, I believe. Okay. Wait. It's got to be coming to Switch too, right? There's no way they would... There's got to be no way that they would release Spyro the Dragon and not put that on Switch. If so, that's an incredibly missed opportunity. Of course, I'm also a firm believer that, like, every game being made should eventually wind up on the Nintendo Switch. I saw two bodies as I was coming over here. Did I already loot them, or did I miss it, or did I just look at these rocks and think that they were? I think I looked at the rocks and thought they were the bodies. Huh. So while that was effective for my assault, Funaki. Okay, good push. I was like, how am I going to get the boat off the rocks? Okay. Is it seaworthy now? It's not backing up, unless it's backing up very slowly. I think it is backing up very slowly, so eventually it will pop free. Right? Right? Come on, Funaki. Help a brother out, help a brother out. Oh, you're killing me. Nobody wants to see you backing down off the... Now, why can't I push it? Okay, so that's a little aggravating. Well, the engines are up off the water, so... Or in the water. Drive, reverse, shoot, throw can, horn. Switch throwables. Well, I've got to get some sleep. I got to get up soon enough to get the kiddos off to school. I've enjoyed my time so much. Thank you for the content, and so good to see you here, Ashley. So thanks very much, Aaron. I definitely appreciate you dropping by. I was starting to feel like nobody was interested in ever dropping by any streams unless it was somebody streaming to Twitch. So... But I get it. I know that there's a high demographic of people who are on that platform as their main, so completely understand. So Ashley, have you... There we go. Now, I probably did all that, and I probably have, like, all... Oh, there's a bad dude up there. And a truck. Let's figure out where Ray Ray's pumpkin farm is. Wow, that's particularly far inland. I see it only being on PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, cool. Thanks so much for Googling that and checking that out. I do appreciate it. Oh, there is an inlet here, though. How far inland will that inlet get me? Not very far. Alright, well, look. Let's do a little amphibious landing. And beach in right here under this bridge. Get it! Is that my waypoint? Oh, I didn't consider the fact that there might be resistance. Oh, no. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? The plan was to go get the airplane. Now, this is a thing that I don't like, is... Now, that airplane was over here. As you will see icons appear and disappear. That... I don't have a ton of criticism for this game, but that is a thing that, to me, is unacceptable from a design perspective. What is this? Whoa. Get out of the...
Deputy, you've crossed into the henbane. Don't trust anything
Okay.
you see. And sure as shit, don't believe a word that Faith says.
I got you, Dutch.
Also, steer clear of those white flowers. They seem
Have I not liberated this dude?
your shit up. If you don't believe me, just wait until you come across...
What do we got? What do we got? Why am I...
calls them angels. But they'll tear through you like shit through a goose.
Okay, so I did rescue that dude. I gotta go loot this guy. Barrel. What is... First challenge, complete more challenges to get more perk points and unlock new perks. This game looks like a mix between Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, I can see that. Rescue hostages and threaten civilians from the cult. Okay, I press L1 to open perks menu. Okay. New gadgets and abilities. I have 2 perk points. 2 points available. Human fish. Yeah, let's do that. And then I can get the parachute. That's good. Yeah, I mean it's an Ubisoft open world game, so I guess what I think of is you're gonna see similarities here to like the Assassin's Creed games. It's kind of one of the unfortunate things about Ubisoft games is they are all very similar. But I will say I feel like Ubisoft more than any other publisher these days is absolutely nailing what the open world genre is from a design perspective. Again, a lot of them feel very similar, but that also means that they are, at least I find them all enjoyable. I really need to get in this plane. Go. Accelerate. Pull up. Please fly. Please fly. Please fly. Yeah! This is the first time that I've been in an airplane in this game. Now, I bought this game at launch, but I played it basically until God of War came out, and then I really haven't been back to it since. Now, of course... Okay, so good thing that I got the parachute, because I cannot land the seaplane on land. And my next thing that I need to go do is land-based. So... I'm coming, Ray Ray. So I'm going to put this thing right over the pumpkin farm and jump out in midair and parachute down. So yeah, I feel like it's more of a cross between, I would say, Assassin's Creed and Just Cause. There are a lot of similarities to Just Cause, I feel like. Alright, so I'm going to pick up some altitude here. Let's exit the plane. Parachute down. Whew! Nope, don't close the parachute. Where's your waypoint? No, it's right there. So you're going to get the dog from this. And then I'm probably going to shut down for the night. Okay, so there went the aircraft. It crashed over there somewhere. So actually, by being a fan of the Call of Duty series, are you mainly a fan of the multiplayer, or do you enjoy the single-player campaigns as well? Well, technically, I guess that's actually my waypoint over there. I actually want... Oh, okay, I'm already starting to get some fire. Okay. Now, Boomer will lend you a hand here with the binos. Hopefully I can get a lay of the land and find out exactly how many tangos I have in this area. Kind of wish I had had the wherewithal to get another energy drink earlier. Feeling a little peckish here. Closing in on 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, there's one bad guy. I enjoy both. Yes, yeah, so I'm on PlayStation 4. I'm actually on my PlayStation 4 OG, so this is actually the unit that I bought in February of 2014, so I've had this box 4 years. I also have a PlayStation 4 Pro, but I kept the OG around because I wanted to minimize the wear and tear on the Pro and kind of split my time up playing PS4 games between the two. I also still have my PlayStation 3, which I stream from not frequently, but every once in a while. I think I have videos on my YouTube channel of me playing Killzone 2. Now, what I remember from having played this before is this one is highly... what I didn't know the first time playing through is I didn't know about that tower there. This was highly asymmetric, and I just didn't know where the enemies were coming from. And I got housed hard. I also want to say, I was sure, I thought you could go prone in this game. There's 2 things that I feel like every first-person shooter should have. All shooters should allow you to go prone, and all shooters should have a lean mechanic, and it should be just directly on the controls. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the contextual lean controls, where, like, all of a sudden, once you're up against a wall, then they, like, allow you to utilize the lean mechanic. I'm like, just let me use the lean mechanic whenever I want. Flashlights, that's another thing. Just give me control of the flashlight. Don't auto-turn my flashlight on. Because I know when I can't see. So just let me turn on my flashlight. Now, I'm at a disadvantage here because I don't have the, Nope, don't come rescue him. Yeah, I'm a little, not all that engaging of the notion of leaving any of these guys around to be revived by their teammates. Get him, Boomer. Bite him. Bite him, Boomer. I think I have removed the resistance in this vicinity. I also have, let's see, I enjoy both. I never knew you could stream for the PS3. LOL. I also have PS3. Yes, so I'm going to say this in the stream. I try not to say it too loudly. There are little devices you can buy, HDMI splitters, and there are some HDMI splitters that actually... So, let me walk it back a little bit. The problem with the PlayStation 3 is that the PlayStation 3... You know, on the PlayStation 4, you can enable and disable HDCP. On the PlayStation 3, which is the digital rights management, copyright protection, encoding that is established on a lot of consoles and a lot of different devices, because, you know, companies don't want you to be able to, like, steal their movies and things like that. On the PlayStation 4, you can disable HDCP. On the PlayStation 3, you could not. HDCP was on all the time. Why? What do I need to do to pet Boomer? Okay, there you go. So, so there are some HDMI splitters that you could buy. You could find them on Amazon that disable HDCP. So what you do, so it's an additional daisy chain. It's an additional component you have to put in the firing chain of getting your live stream out. So you can take your PlayStation 3, send the HDMI over to this HDMI splitter. You don't need to actually split it. So it's one HDMI in, two HDMI out. Then you come out on the output side of the splitter with one HDMI lead. You send that to your capture card, and then you obviously run your capture card over to your PC. And that is how you can live stream out from your PlayStation 3. Whoa, are these bad guys inbound? Yes. That truck needs to blow up. Oh, what the... is this a button press or is this a hold? So I think Boomer will come and wake you up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess this is a button press. Now I'm angry. Nope. Come on. Get on the gun mechanic. Get on the gun mechanic. I'm just shooting him full of lead because that made me angry. Whoa, 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 what's going on over here? Yeah, I don't like that truck. Thank you very much. Enough with the propaganda. Now, of course, I didn't loot the dude who was over here. Yeah, so I wound up keeping my PlayStation 3 just because I felt like when the PlayStation 4 came out, like, there were still games on the PlayStation 3 that I wanted to play. So I kept it around. It has slowly been getting moved further and further down the food chain, though, in my gaming platforms. And whoa, what is that? Cougar? Did she say cougar? Yeah, animals in this game don't play. What is that? Ah, now I gotta go rescue them. Come on, up and over. Where's the cougar? Hate animals in this game. Got killed by a snake one time, and I'm like, how am I supposed to be able to see a snake? Now, did I actually chase them off? Did the person live? Got an enemy blip on the screen here. I don't even have a capture card, haha, because I mostly stream on my PS4 on the Twitch app. Right, yeah. And you can definitely do that. A capture card is not absolutely necessary. A capture card just enables you to record your live stream as well as do the capture. But it also allows you to pump your live stream at higher bit rates and higher video quality is the main thing. Well, and then so I don't know how you are. I don't know if you have the PlayStation 4 camera, but you know, using the capture card then in conjunction with the streaming PC, which is what I'm doing now, enables you to do like the camera and a separate microphone and, you know, higher bit rate and yada yada yada. So is that a stash? Yeah. What do we have here? So we got a truck, pickup, and a garage. Oh, and what is that? Cult supply vehicle. And a reaping truck. There's all sorts of stuff around here. Car, SUV. There's a stash down here is what the deal is. Reaping truck. So are these vehicles that I disabled but are like were left in the vicinity? Because I didn't think these were live challenges. Oh no, that one's on the move. Come on, Boomer. No, it's actually getting away from you. You're not going to be able to track that down. But you need to go to Ray Ray's and see what she's got there for loot. So this is going to kind of be my wrap-up for the night. What is he growling at? Oh, there's still bad guys here. No, that's not happening. Oh, there was a hostage right there. That was a problem. Loot.
Please rescue me. I didn't see a way out of that one. Thank God you came along.
Tanacola.
Tried warning some out-of-towner about Eden's Gate, but the guy apparently blew him off. Said he'd survived pirates and bloodthirsty dictators, so no
A little circle over his head. I really didn't hear a word he said. So cash. Is he rolling? Homeboy's just rolling out, huh? Oh! What was that? The kale just happened. Okay, dead goats. So actually, when you play Call of, so do you live stream your multiplayer Call of Duty? Is that what you stream mostly? So man, this has been so much more of a productive live stream session than like the first time, or gaming session. Just the first time I played Far Cry 5, I was like, "What do you do in this game?" Letter from Ray Ray. Yeah, I also definitely like searching this game much more so than Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, searching in Red Dead Redemption 2 just feels like a flippin' work. Yeah. Wait, what was that? Oh. Yeah. Not putting up with the propaganda beaming through this... beaming into my ear. Oh, what was that? Okay, rifle ammo. Can't get to that pistol. Yes, I might stream Call of Duty World War II campaign. Yeah, somebody in our group recently got, I guess that was what Liver Regret was streaming yesterday, right? Yeah, medkit. Well, I think I have about looted everything that's possible to loot. I didn't realize they had all these outbuildings. I don't think I have enough money to actually buy anything. Pretty sure $884. Yeah, you can't afford to do that. Oh, what? So I have that? Wait, what? So that is something I got because of whatever digital version that I bought. Now this is one of the things that aggravates me is Boomer for some reason. No, no, I don't want the radio on. Or hold to go radio off. Okay, good. Now Boomer will not get in the car. He will follow along with it, inextricably getting himself hit anytime that I make a left or right hand turn. Yep, yeah. Yeah, I have Call of Duty World War II for the PlayStation 4. I never completed. I played a chunk of the campaign, just never completed it. All right, well, look, that's going to do it for me. Unfortunately, for tonight, I also have to get some sleep before getting my day started tomorrow. So thanks so much for everybody who happened to wander by and join in on the live stream. For Ashley, thanks so much. I will definitely try and track down your Twitter feed, or you can shoot it to me or post it. Maybe in a comment under this live stream in the streamer viewer group, so I can track down your Twitch and come check you out sometime. And Aaron, thanks so much for joining by. For anybody else who watches the archive version of this over on my YouTube channel on Rounding Off Infinity, thank you so much. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, happy hunting, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stream what you love. This has been Agasically Stamus from GearWorks.com, the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube, the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube, and the Rounding Off Infinity page on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining in. Next regularly scheduled live stream will be Saturday morning, 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m.-ish. And then again, Saturday evening, 9:30 p.m. until whenever. So, Ashley, get some sleep, girl. Thanks so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I will talk to you and many others later. That's going to do it for me. I'm out. And I'm going to hit you with my new stream ending music and scene.
Shining up above. You feel so special now. With sand upon my feet as we walk around the town. I love to see you smile. I love to touch your sun. I love to feel a warm wave splashing upon me. I got you, you got me. This is where we want to be. Living it up in the sunshine. Let's go.